Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be building something from Frontend Mentor, and we're going to be building this social proof section. And all you need to do is go to Frontend Mentor /challenges and then just search for this, and you can click this to see the preview. This is the desktop preview, and when you scroll to the right, this is the mobile preview, and you can scroll down to see how it actually looks. And we're going to be building this mobile first. And today I don't think I'm going to be dealing with React because this is a very small project, and I'm very sure I can do it with just plain old HTML and CSS. Okay, so to get started, you just need to click here to download, and you should just click get started. If you haven't logged in, it will prompt you to log in with GitHub, so there's no worry about that. And you can see this is my second attempt, and I'm just going to click that on download. 6,000 people have already completed this challenge. Now once it downloads, you can find it in your download folder like that, and just say extract here, and it will extract a folder for you. And I'm just going to open this with Visual Studio Code like that, and place this to the side like that. Okay, so we can go through our files, we can go through everything that we're going to need. Okay, so for our design, this is our desktop design that we've just gone through. This is our desktop preview, and this is our mobile design. Okay, and then for our images, we have all our images provided for us. Most are HVGs, but these are favicon. We are not even going to touch this file really, but these are for the testimonials that we have at the bottom. And then finally the git ignore, and then the index.html, where everything is provided for you. You just need to add the elements and styles to them. And then the readme, in case you want to know more about this project and more about Frontend Mentor. And finally the style guide, where we have our colors and our font, which we're going to grab right now. So I'm just going to grab this and paste it right there. So they want 400, 500 and 700. Okay, 400, 500 and 700, and I'm going to import it like that. And then I'm going to create a style CSS file, right? A style CSS file right in my workspace, and I'm going to say style.css, paste that in. And then I'm going to go into my index.html, and at the top I'm going to remove this the style tag right there. I'm going to first cut this and then remove this, and then paste this right in here at the bottom, which really reformat, so I don't even know why I was doing that, but that's okay. And then I need to link my style sheet, so right there I'm going to link style.css like that. Okay, you can see we already have our favicon, so we need to, oops, I shouldn't have saved it. I should not have saved it. Why did I save it? Yeah, right there. I don't have to say it because it will reformat everything, and it just becomes much harder to work with it. So let me just link my style sheet, style.css like that, and then we can begin working. Okay, let's close that, and let's just place that to the side, and then close this and this, and then we'll say this is our head. I've actually forgotten how this looks. I need to open this up. Where's the my design for my mobile, like that. Okay, so I'm going to, you can obviously see this is an H1, this is a paragraph, this is like a grid, and of course this is like a grid once again. So I'm just going to style them. It's much easier like that. So in my index.html, I'm just going to say for this to, this is the first H1 and this is the paragraph, right? So for these two, I'm going to place them inside a main tag like this, and then I'm going to grab this and place it each inside an H1, and then this I'm going to place it inside a paragraph like that. And I'm using Emmet, that's why you can see I only need to perform some shorthand properties, and it just does everything for me. Okay, so how do we deal with the rated 5 stars? We need the stars images. Where is it? Icon star.svg. Okay, so I need to place all of this inside a div, or let me say section, and give it a class of stars like that. And then for this, I'm going to place inside individual divs so that I can style them differently. Div, and div, like that. And then they need to have the stars icon, so right in there I'm going to say image source is going to be from my images, and it's called iconstar.svg, and I'm going to say just here star, like that. And it's 5 of them. How many are they in my design? Sorry, 5, each of them 5. So what I can say is copy this and just paste it 4 more times, so 1 2 3 4. So this is 5 stars, and then place this inside a paragraph like that. And then I can grab this once again, paste it inside here 1 2 3 4 5, and then grab this, paste it inside a paragraph like that. And then finally do the same for this final one. So do this, copy this 1 2 3 4 5, and then grab this and place it inside a paragraph. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to grab this, the div that has the stars as well as the paragraph, and just display flex on it, which will align these. I hope so. It should align this in a row form, and then we're going to just say flex column, which will put this on the bottom, which is the same as this design right there. Okay, so let's deal with our testimonials, which is right there. And I'm just going to grab all of this first of all, and just say create a section with the class of testimonials, like that. And then this, I'm going to place all of this inside a div with the class of card, like that. Grab this div with the class of card, like that. And then grab this div with the class of card, like that. And then this is the name of the person, this is the title, right? That's how it's designed. And then it has an image. So what I'm going to do is, I obviously know this is a paragraph, so I'm going to place that inside a paragraph. And then I'm going to grab this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another div, right? And then inside this div, this will have the image of the person, so this is called Colton right there. And then out, I'm just going to say Colton Smith, and then I'm going to place this okay, this, the image, and then this. How should I go about this? Should I place this inside another div, and then place this inside, let's say, an h3, and then maybe just make this a small tag like that, so that, let me see, this is this and this is this, so that when I display flex on this, let's see, when I display flex on this, what will happen? This will, you know what, instead of doing all that, I think I'm going to grab Tailwind CSS, which is going to be much easier to style it. So let me go to cdnjs.com and just search for Tailwind CSS or Tailwind. Okay, there you go. Grab the link tag, and then at the top I'm going to place it below my style sheet, and then we are going to have much easier time styling all of this. So I'm just going to do the same thing that I've done for this card. So let me place this full screen, and let's see if I can just separate this file like that. And then this is the first div, obviously. So for the second div, I'm going to grab this, place it inside another div like that. I'm going to add an image. Source for this is images slash called Irene, like that. And I'm going to say Irene Roberts, and then place this inside an h3, place this inside a small, and then place this inside a paragraph. Right. Okay, and then do the same thing for this. So they grab this inside a div, add an image, sources images called Ann Wallace, and oops, like that. Grab this, place it inside an h3, grab this inside a small, grab this, place it inside a paragraph. And then we actually, you know, we don't really need this attribution, so I'm just going to remove it, which means I can also remove it from here like that. So let's save this, and I can now close that, and then I can open this with live server so that we actually see what we have. And we have this. So as you can see, it looks absolutely horrendous, but we're going to fix that in a moment. So in my style CSS, I'm going to say oh, okay, notice that since we have Tailwind imported, then it has already reset most of our styles. As you can see, the h1 that no longer looks like an h1, instead it just looks like a paragraph. We're going to style that in a moment, but I'm just going to say for the body, I want the font family to be Spartan, and I think it's sans serif for the fallback, like that. Has the font changed? You know what, let me see something. Let me disable this. Okay, so the font is not changing. That's okay, I'm going to figure it out in a moment. I am going to figure it out in a moment. Let's see, let me see if I can add HTML and the body. The font isn't changing, but that's okay, that's okay. So let's just begin to style it. We can go inside here, give this a class name. Class name of font bold, like that. Let's say text 3XL. And the reason why it's not working, I'm thinking it's because this, wait, what? Okay, there you go. So the reason why it's not working is because of our style sheet was placed before the Tailwind style sheet. So we just need to rearrange that, and it now recognizes our font. But it's not recognizing our class names. It's not for Excel. What is happening? Let me disable this for a moment. This is curious. I've never had this problem before, so this is very curious for me. I'm typing in React. Oh my goodness. So we are in HTML, so this is just class instead of class name. I've become so used to React that I can't even notice such an error. Okay, so we fixed that. Okay, so let me just go to the body, give this a class name of text center, which will place everything to the center. Class. Okay, I need to really focus right now. Okay. In case you see these errors of class name, me writing class name, just know I mean class, and I'm going to figure it out in a moment. Okay. Okay, so on the body, let me add a padding on the X. Let me start with padding on the Y of 10 and padding on the X of 5, so that all of this moves inward just a bit, like that. And then for the H1, I'm going to say the color is somewhere in our style guide. So let me just, okay, where is this is the dark magenta, I'm thinking. Actually, know what, I need to grab all of these colors, so let me just do this. Let me just mess it up. Let me do this, okay, and just grab everything till there. What am I doing? Oh my goodness. You know what, let me just do this. Copy that inside my style CSS. I'm going to place them inside a root, like that. Set this to double, so small, dark, magenta like that. We should see the color like that, and then set this to soft pink like that. Remove this, set this to dark grayish magenta, dark grayish like that. Set this to light grayish and set this to white like that. Okay, so I can say inside the main, and I want to target my h1, I want the text color to be very dark magenta like that. We should switch its colors like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go inside my h1 and I'm going to say I want to add a margin at the bottom of 10, which will push it down away from the paragraph. And then inside my paragraph, I'm going to give this a class of text small. Reduce it just a bit. Let me see how this looks. Oops, I closed my preview. Close that. Okay, there's a line height, so let me go into my style CSS and I'm going to say for the paragraph, let me have a line height of 1.5. separate them out a bit. Nope, 1.8. separate them out a bit, and actually it's not even working. It's working for this, but it's not working for this. I know what to do. I can just go back into my index.html. Inside my index.html, I can target my paragraph and I'm going to say leading, let's say snug. This should separate it out a bit. No, leading, what's the other class? What's the other class? Tight, it's smaller. Let me say leading medium, is it? So medium, leading large. I've forgotten this class. Let me just go to nerdcave.com/tailwind cheat sheet. That should be the URL like that, and I'm just going to say line height, and we have leading, let's say leading 24 pixels, leading 3, let's see that. Nope, let's say leading 6 like that. Okay, that looks much better. And let me change this font to medium. Font size, that's small, that's big. Let's just leave it at small for now. Okay, and then let's see what to do next. Next, we need to style these paragraphs, not the paragraphs, but these divs that we have inside here. So I'm going to go into my index.html and I'm going to say for this div, let's see, now this is where the styling actually comes in. Let's see, display flex. That is not what I wanted. I want all of these to be inside divs of their own, so that I can go inside here and give this a class of flex like that, and I can say items center and justify center like that. So I just need to grab all of this and just replace it right there, paste it there, do the same for this, and we will have that. And then I can go, I want to style all of these at the same time, so I can just go here and then hold down Alt and click there and click there as well. And then I'm going to say I actually want this div on the top instead, so I'm just going to move up and I'm going to say give this a class name, a class of, let's say margin bottom, let's say 5, separate them out. Okay, in fact let me do margin Y really, so that it actually pushes away from this as well. And then I'm going to say background, I want a background of gray, let's say gray 300. Let me add padding on the Y of 2, like that. And actually that's too dark. Let me say gray 200. That is much better. Let me give it a class of rounded so that there's a border radius round all of it like that. And then I can go down, right? Just keep on clicking down and then go to the paragraph. Oops, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, let me just reset it. So I'm going to click on paragraph and then click here and there like that. Give this a class of, let's say, margin at the top of 5, not 15.5, which will separate it out from the stars. That's big, let's say 3. And then let's see what else do we change. The text color. Oops, I shouldn't upload that. So the text color for this, I'm actually going to go into this into the what's it called, the section of the class of stars, and then I'm going to target the paragraph in my cell CSS. So I'm going to say section sorry, it has a class of stars, and I want to target the paragraph, and I just want to say the color should be dark, very dark magenta, very dark magenta. Actually, no, it's the same style as this, so you can just go here and say for the stars, and I want the paragraph, and it should change it right there. And then I can now go here. Actually, I can go back to my index.html, and then I can click on all of this. So click on the first one, then hold down Alt, then click on the second one, and then on the third one, and then just say font bold, like that. And then let me say text, let's reduce it to medium. Okay, and then we will be done with this section. Let's say small. Yeah, small is much better. I think I want to increase this font size really, so let me go and do that. I'm going to say increase the font size to medium, and then text MD. Is text MD really let me see font size. There is text XL, there is no text MD. Okay, I want text base, which is just 16 pixels, so it's the same as this. So I want, there's no other option. I'm just going to leave it at that. 16 pixels is fine. Let me just increase the margin on the bottom. So I'm going to say margin bottom, let's say 10, like that. Okay, let me see how this looks. That's looking nice, and then now we just need to deal with these grids. Okay, that's not so bad. Right. But I think this will interfere with our Tailwind. It might. If it does, then I'm going to explain why it interferes. So let me just deal with this. I'm going to go inside my section with the class of testimonials, and I'm just going to say flex. Oops, not flex. I actually want each of these divs. How do I need to style this? Let me just tell the first one first, and then I can say, so give this a class of flex, like that. And then I'm going to say item center, like that, which will push it down. And then I'm going to say, for actually not, I've just remembered that I don't want the text center on the body because it interferes with all of this. So I'm going to remove it from here, like that, which will reset a few things, but we're going to fix that. So I'm just going to say for this, each one, actually I can just go into the main class and let's say text center, push it to the center, and then I can go inside this section and say text center, like that. And then we can now just continue to style this. So I'm going to say for this, oh, not there, I'm going to say this is the div. So on the image, I want to go inside the image, give this a class of margin on the left, not on the left but on the right, of 10, which will separate it out from these words, like that. And then I want a width, let me first say rounded full, which will make it into a circle, like that. And then let me give it a width of, let's say 20. Let's see how that looks. Let's say 16, let's say 10, let's say 14. I think 14 is much better. Let me reduce this margin to 5, like that. Okay, so we have this, which means that now on this div, not on this div, sorry, but on the paragraph, I can go inside the paragraph, give this a class of margin on the top of 5, which will separate it out just a bit. And then now on the entire div, right, on the entire div, which is this div with the class of card, I can say margin on the bottom, let me say margin on the y of 10, which will separate it out from these others, like that. Okay, so what I need to do is grab this, paste it inside there, and then I need to grab this on the paragraph, paste it inside here, and then the image, I'm going to grab this on the image and then paste it right there, and then grab this flex, and then paste it inside here. Save that, and it should have the same styles as this. Not exactly, something is wrong. What is wrong? This is the same div, this is the same div, h3 small. What's wrong? Flex is what's screwing you. This is the image, and then this is the div with the details. This is the image, and then this should be inside a div. I didn't do that, so div, and then now place this inside to be flex, and we should have that. Okay, so let me see if I did the same mistake here, and I did. So I'm going to place this inside a div like that, copy the image class names, grab this inside the image, give that a class, give this a class of, what was it, okay, margin on the y of 10. Okay, paste it inside there, and then something else on the paragraph, we need to add this, paste it inside, and then on this we need to say class of flex and items center, like that. And look at that, looking very, very nice. So all we need to do now is add the background image, not the background image, but the background colors, and as well as the text colors. But I've just seen that this the paragraph is a bit large in text, so I'm going to grab this, hold down alt, go here, hold down alt, and go there. Reduce this to text small, like that. Okay, so I'm going to go inside my style CSS in a moment. I just want to grab the div, the section in the class of testimonials, and then the div with the class of card. Okay, so I'm going to go inside my testimonials, so dot testimonials, and then the div with the class of card, and then give this a background color of very dark magenta, like that. And I need to add some padding all around and whatnot, so I can do that by going here. Actually, I can even do it in my style CSS, so there's no need. So I'm going to say padding of 20 pixels all around. Let me give it a border radius of 10 pixels. Right, and then I can grab this, go below this. Let me see how the header looks. It's white, so I can go here and say for the h3s, I just want to change the text color to white, like that. And then I can go inside this once again, target the small, and change the text color. What am I doing? The text color, change it to this, the pink, is it, like that, looking very nice. And now we just need to change the text color for the paragraph, so just paste that, target the paragraph, change the color to white. Was it white? It was white. Look at that, and we have this looking very nice, but it has a bit more padding, so let me go and fix that. Let's say padding of 40 pixels. Does that fix it? Nope. let's say 40 pixels on the top and bottom, and then 20 pixels on the left and right. Let's say 60 on the top and bottom. Nope, that doesn't fix it. But we have this looking very, very nice, very, very nice. So now all we need to do is just scale it up, right? Okay, and I'm going to start with about 992 pixels, not 992, but 768 pixels. So I'm going to fix that, and I'm going to say at media, mean width of 768 pixels. Then I want my what was this section called? The stars. I want the stars to display grid with grid template columns, saying repeat 3 fractional each, like that. Let me add a grid gap of 20 pixels, separate the amount like that, and then I'm going to limit these. So I'm going to say inside my what was it inside my main class, right? So inside my main, go above this. Oops. Inside my main, I want to say I want this to have a max width of 600 pixels, and then margin auto so that it centers like that. Looking nice, looking nice. And then now we just need to deal with this. I'm going to go inside my testimonials like that, say display grid, and then grid template columns. Let's see how repeating 3 1 fractional each looks. Oops. Looking almost nice. Let's just add a grid gap of 20 pixels as well, and look at that, looking nice. Now we just need to scale it up even further, right? So at about, let's say at media, mean width, let's say 1024 pixels, and I'm going to say inside my main, I want now this to align to the left, and then this to come to the right of it, just like in the design. Let's go to the desktop design like this. Okay, so what I can do, how to do that, I'm going to say for this, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab this entire section, so starting from there, and I'm going to grab all of it until the main like that, and I'm going to say cut that out, and I'm going to say place this inside a section with the class of showcase like that. Nothing will change yet, but we're going to need to do some things to this. So I need to reset this first of all. I need to reset this, so just paste that in there, and I'm going to say max width of auto, remove that, and it should reset. Because we have text align set, I'm going to say text align to the left. No, text align to the left. Didn't I have text align set on the main? Text center, let me say for the large screens, then I want text left. Okay, that doesn't do anything, but that's okay. That's okay. Let me remove this from there, and then I can say for my showcase class, then I want to display grid template columns, repeating 2 and 1 fractional each, and we will have this, as you can see. Okay, and then we want to reset this so that they are no longer grids, but instead they go in column form. So I'm going to grab this, and then I'm going to say for the stars, let me say display initial. What does initial do? It does that, so it returns it to the original form. Okay, and then I can say actually not initial but display. Let me remove this gap. I'm going to say display flex. No, not flex. I need to display as inline elements, so inline block. That did work the way I was expecting. Where is this background color? Where is this background color placed? It is placed on the div. Nope, it's placed on the main div. On the main div. Okay. Okay, let me pause this for a second. Let me deal with this. Let me just deal with this. Inside my style, I'm going to say target my main, and at my each one I'm going to say font size, increase this to 46 pixels. Let's see, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Why don't you work? Because in my main h1 I had set this to text for XL, so I need to say for large screens I need the text to increase to 6XL. Oops, save that, and this will happen. Let's say 5XL. That will happen. Let me say leading, set that to 6, increase the line height between this, let's say 10, or it doesn't for large screens. Increase this to, let's say, snug, let's say tight. Okay, and then let's deal with these 3 testimonials. But first of all, let me increase for large screen, let me increase the padding on the Y to 20, push it down a bit from there and from there. So now let's deal with this. As you can see in the design, there are like stairs. We can do that very easily, and I'm going to say in my index HTML, let me see how I structured it. This is the div with the class of card. So inside the testimonials, I can target my testimonials, and I'm going to say for the testimonials, I want the div in the first in the first place. So div, and I'm going to say first child, like that. Oops, child with a D, and I'm going to say no, this will cause an error. I need to target the div how do I do this? Oh yeah, actually this should work. Let me just say transform, and I want it to translate on the y-axis by minus 10%. Actually, we didn't need to do this on this. We need to do it on the second and third. So I can just change this to nth child and just say nth child 2, like that, and in change this to positive 10%, like that, and then do that for the third one, but translate it by positive 20%. So grab this, paste it, change this to 3, change this to 20%, and voila, we have that looking very nice. But now we need to deal with this. So I can go inside my stars, and I'm going to say for my stars, I want to target the div, and I want the nth child, the second one, and then I'm going to say transform, and I'm going to say translate on the x-axis by 10%. I've just realized that instead of using transform translate, you can actually just say margin left. Let's say 5%, not so much, and then grab this once again, paste it there, change this to 3, change this to 10%, and we will have that. But then we have a horizontal scroll bar, as you can see, which we do not want. So I need to limit this. How did I even add this margin? And I've just realized I need to separate these images. Yeah, I need to separate those images. How do I target them? I can go inside my stars class, inside my stars, what was it? What's this? Inside my stars class, target the div or target the individual images. Let me go to the top where I had stars. Right then I'm going to say stars, just target the images and say margin on the right, margin right, let's say 20 pixels. No, let's say 10 pixels. Separate them out just a bit. Okay, Okay, I need to figure out why I even added these background colors. Let me grab the three of them, just remove them for now. And they're currently even scrolling to the outside still, but what is happening really is that, let me return that, oops, let me return that, and then we can see what is really happening. What is really happening? I need them to be like this. So what did I do wrong? I need these are even displayed flex. Let me deal with that. So right here, if I say for large screens, let's say flex, this happens. Okay, item center large first of all, and then items center, which it should really item center, it doesn't do nothing. Justify center, it does this. And then I can say on the paragraph, let me add a negative margin on the top. Oh, it has a margin top of 3, that's why. Oops, shouldn't have related that. Instead I'm going to go for large screens and just say margin top, return that to 0. Oops, maybe 1. That happens. So I just need to grab this and paste it here. Is it here? Right, and then paste it there. And then on the paragraphs, right there, oops, let me just copy it first. Copy this, and then on the paragraphs there and there, do that, which will do this. But then let me remove this display inline block. Where did I have it? The stars, and I want the divs. Not that. Let me remove it. So the display inline block was actually doing something. Okay, interesting, very interesting. Instead I can go here and say for the body, let me have an overflow of hidden. I'm still not sure why this is happening. Still not sure why this is happening. As in why there's so much width, there's so much space here. Why is that happening? Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab these, grab the 3 of them, remove them from there, which will do this. Okay, and then I am going to place them on the divs and on the paragraphs. Hopefully that won't go wrong. So bg gray 200 on this, it does this. Okay, so if I grab this, copy it before the large, copy it before the margin, and it does this. No, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let me just place it back there. Let me see. Margin y of 5, padding y of 2. And then it's the same as this, it's the same as this, but on the section, this is the first div, this is the second div, this is the third div. Okay, you know what, I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I can't seem to figure out why this is behaving as it is. Probably it might be something that that I did something on the top somewhere that is affecting it. I'm still not quite sure, but it looks fine as it is. It looks fine as it is, and I hope you learned something new, of course. And you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm going to leave the links in the description, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video.